Hey guys, Shawn of webpianoteacher.com here. We're going to be working on broken chords today. All right, so we've done some scales. Now we're going to work on broken chords, how they help, how to play them, and they really do help, sometimes even more than playing the scales. Now listen, we don't play scales and broken chords because we love playing scales and broken chords. We work on those things because it then helps us to go and play the songs that we love. All the song lessons that I've done on webpianoteacher.com, then you can go to those things and start seeing these chords and scales in the music, and it really does help. Think of it like this. Those of you who do not speak another language, let's say you speak English only and don't speak Spanish. Now you could look at Spanish text and pick out all the letters, and yeah, all the alphabet you know, but you don't know what's going on. You can't read the words. Therefore you can't put together the sentences and get the main idea at all. Well, that's how some of us play music. We're just playing keys and don't really understand scales, broken chords, how they fit together, the language of music. And so that's what we're doing. That's how these chords are going to help. Okay, and those of you who like to work out and eat right, we don't do that because it's all fun. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe you do find joy in that, but we do that so that we can then go and live life better because we feel better. When you feel good, then you're a better person, a better mother, better father, better person, and more able to do that. So, same idea here with the music. I think, with understanding broken chords. Now you may say, well, how are broken chords? What is a broken chord? It's this. Left hand. Messed up there at the end. But those are broken chords. They're all throughout music. Let me give you some examples if you say, oh, I wonder about that. Okay, here's an example in classical music. You know that, right? Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata, the third movement. You've heard that? Or how about this? Those are broken chords. That's a Bach piece from Anna Magdalena's Notebook. All right, how about pop music? You know this. There's a broken chord right to start off with. Another broken chord I had thought of one. Okay, let's see. That's broken chords. They're everywhere. I could go on and on with examples, okay? Now, broken chords are going to help three things. And the first thing they're going to help is your technique. They help get your hand in shape, okay? Physical shape to play the piano. They just give you a good feeling of keyboard command, I call it, keyboard command. And then the second thing they're going to do, am I in the way, is they're going to help recognition, chord recognition. You'll recognize a chord. If you see a pattern and it has the letters C, E, G in it, and you've played your broken chords, your hand's going to go to that. It's going to be familiar to you. It'll feel familiar. Instead of thinking of four notes, you think of one thing. All right, so chord recognition, that goes with understanding the language of music. Now, the other thing I put here is placement. Hand placement is what I mean by that. Technique, chord recognition, and hand placement. Because when you recognize a broken chord, you will get your fingers hovering over those keys and they'll be ready to go, and you'll play them as a group instead of individual notes. Okay, it'll really help you group things together and understand the language of music. So hand placement, it'll help with that. Now what we're going to do, we use the circle of fifths for the scale lessons. And if you haven't done my scale lessons, they're on YouTube. I have one scale lesson so far. We use the circle of fifths for that to do sharp scales and one flat scale. But on the broken key, the broken chords, we're going to use the white keys here first. We won't use the circle of fifths. We're going to do 7 of them. And I call them the white key, 7 white key chords. Now there are more chords than this because you can add 7ths, 9ths, 11ths, you know, major, minor, and all that. But I'm just going to call them the 7 white key chords. And some of them are major, some of them are minor. I'm just using those. The reason is because they all will feel the same under your fingers. They all feel exactly the same because they all use white keys, and all the white keys are the same, you know, size. So they will all feel the same under your fingers. Once you can play one, you'll be able to play all of them. Okay, so that's why I'm grouping those together. So we will start with the C chord because everybody starts with C, don't they? And what I have here, you know, when you play a C chord, we're doing number 1 here, okay? Now, again, pull up a chair, get ready to pay attention and work here because I got some information that you're going to need to get. And again, if you're not dedicated, you won't stick through this and finish to the end. That's fine. Those people will, you know, go off and never really get something out of this. But those of you who are going to stick around, those are the ones I'm talking to. So stick with me, pay attention, work on this every day along with the scales I showed you. And I promise you, you will improve if you stick with it. Okay? So C, E, G, that's our C chord. Okay? Because we make chords out of thirds. C, E, G. Now, all I'm doing is adding another C to the top. That does not change the chord. It is still a C chord. I just added a C. I didn't change the ingredients at all. It's still C, E, G, and it's still a major chord. Okay? We'll talk about minor chords in a minute, but we're looking at the major chords. C, E, G, C. Now, I have my fingering, which is very important. I have a 3 over the G because that's the finger that's always in question is the 3rd finger or the 4th finger. So I'm helping you with that. 1, 2, 3, 5. The other fingers are just kind of, they have to be that way, so I didn't write all of them. Just the one that might be in question. The 3rd finger on the G, like that. So there you have it. Get your fingers hovering over all the keys. It feels like a bit of a stretch. Okay? All right, all of them like that. Now, a bit of a high wrist, not too high. Now we're going to start with the bottom and go up. But we're not going to do this. We're not going to stick like a statue and do that. I want you to rotate like this. See my wrist? I'm overdoing and exaggerating it so that when I finally play it fast, that motion will feel natural. So I exaggerate the motion a little bit, like a wave. C, E, G, C. That's the first way to play it. Now, I'm going to move to the 2nd position. Okay, now here's the 2nd position. Is it a different chord? No, it is not a different chord. It's still a C chord. It's just an inversion of the chord. Okay, now I have 2 E's. Does that matter? No, I still have the ingredients I need. C, E, G. They're just mixed up in the blender, but that's okay. E, G, C, E. Now I put a 4 over the C. Why? Because a lot of you want to do this. Put your 3rd finger over. Don't do it. You're used to that. You're going to have to change. You're going to have to work to change that to use your 4th finger, your weakest finger, on that C there. Yes, it's even weaker than the pinky. The pinky has this muscle on the side to help it out. 4th finger has the least amount of independence naturally. But you can overcome, but it's going to work the best if you'll use that 4th finger. E, G, C, E, 4th finger. Get your fingers hovering over the keys. Just do that. In fact, on the first one, do this. Do the one more way to do it. But before we do it, remember when you start playing it this way, move that wrist. Get that motion. Remember the Karate Kid movie, Wax On, Wax Off? All these exercises that Mr. Miyagi had Daniel's son doing he didn't realize it, but he was working on karate moves. He was doing repetition of things. And that's what you want to do here. Now we're going to go to the last way to play the C chord, this 3rd inversion. If there's 3 notes in the chord, there's 3 ways to play it, 3 inversions, okay? Well, you could argue, no, there's other ways, but for our purposes here, there are 3 ways to do it. G, C, E, G, again, a 4th finger. Notice the 4th finger is used mostly. Only the 3rd finger on this first way, root position. This is not an inversion. This is called root position. 1st inversion, 2nd inversion. That's it, 3 ways. Root, 1st inversion, 2nd inversion. G, C, E, G, 4th finger goes on the E. Use your 4th finger. You'll try to use your 3rd. Don't do it. 4th. Now, here we go. Now, I want you to practice this. Watch. Here's the first one. Now, watch what I do. Watch what I do. What did I do? I kept my hand stretched out, and I just landed it Because this is what you guys try to do. You try to go, okay, here we go, and I've got it, ready. No, because if you practice it that way slow, that's what you'll do when you go fast, and there's no time to do it. So you're learning a wrong way that's going to make you slow and keep you slow. You got to work on it this way. Lift your hand up and land. You're going to miss it. You're going to split it and go 100 times, but you've got to get to where you can go like that. Don't, what we call prepare. Don't prepare it. Just go for it. You're going to miss it. You're going to split some notes. Keep going for it. Go down 2. All right, now for the left hand, because you're going to need to do that as well for left hand. I didn't write in fingerings for the left, so you'll just have to pay attention and write it out yourself. For the first one, we're going to use our third finger on E. This is left hand now. Now, the left hand, you know, it's just not as important for broken chords. The left hand doesn't have as many broken chords. Sure, it does have broken chords. You have broken chord patterns, but the left hand won't have it quite as much. Though it is important, I do recommend doing left hand alone. 5, 3, 2, 1 on the first one. Now, pay attention to these fingerings because you're going to use them all throughout. 5, 3, 2, 1. I didn't write them up here. Next one is fourth finger, and the next one is your third. Okay, so if you want to write them in there, you can. If I had thought about it, I would have done it. 5, 4. Let's see. Yeah, 5, 4. 4. Let's see. 4, 3. It goes 4, 4, 3. Imagine that's the reverse. Okay, this went 3, 4, 4. This is going to go 4, 3, 3. 4 on the E. This is left hand now. 4 on the E, 4 on the G, and 3 on the G. 3 on the C. There. Okay? One more time for you. Fourth finger on the second one. You can do this all the way down. Fourth, and third. Okay, same thing. Watch. It's kind of hard for me because I'm at an angle here to not be in the way of the camera. And I'll tell you, it's a real art to, it's a real skill, let me say, to learn how to play and teach lessons, sitting over in the left-hand corner over here and just reaching over. And I think I can do that because of all of my years of teaching private lessons and having to sit beside someone while they're playing and I'm sitting to the side. I really do, because I'm left-handed, so I can write easier. I just reach up there and write, so I sit to the left side. And it really works for piano because, I don't know, it just does a lot of the right-hand stuff I can reach easier. So, there we go for the broken chords. How do you play them? The first way is like this. You know, do it for a while, go to the next one. The second way is like this. Now, the third way I want you to play it is in 2 octaves. Watch this. There's the second octave. I went from here all the way to there. Now just come down. Don't play that. You can play that note twice if you want. As you come down, same fingerings. Notice the motion. My wrist. Because when I play from one to the next, watch this. As I go up, my thumb is creeping up. It's traveling. So by the time I get to the end of this, my thumb is ready to do the E. And then it travels. As I move up, it travels. It's ready. Travel. Travel. Okay? Traveling in basketball, no good. Traveling in piano, very good. Slow and then faster. And so where you can go. And I feel like I'm just doing this. All right, dying because I haven't done these in years. Now, the left hand, the same thing. I'm going to play down here because it's easier for me sitting over here in this angle. See? Lifting. But practice the 3 ways. First way. Then the next one, getting used to it. All right? Second way is the way that's going to get you the most frustrated. You guys are going to hate this. You're going to, I can't do it. Not today. Not tomorrow. Someday, you'll be able to land these, and it'll make it. See, I'm just placing them. So, then the third way, 2 octaves. And then I'm going to add a fourth way. Hands together, okay? I know I'm not doing this all in a couple of minutes here, but this will take you, again, days, weeks, months of doing this, okay? Years. I don't want to discourage you that it's going to take that long. It will help you immediately and continue to help you down the road. But to really get these under control takes some discipline and some consistency in your practice. So here we go. Hands together. Slow. Exaggerate the motions. And you can play the top note twice. Either way. My earbuds are in the way. Here we go. Here we go. That was actually kind of sloppy, but work on them. I need to work on mine. Okay, we did that. I'm not going to spend as much time on each one as I did on C. C is your example. These other ones will just follow the same example. I am going to show you the chord, and then you can work on each one. They'll all feel the same. In fact, when you work on one, you'll be working on all of them. But you got to do all of them because you need to be familiar with the sound and where you are on the piano with the different chords. So do all of them. Don't just do C and think, oh, I'll have all the rest of them. No, you've got to get used to the sound and everything. So do all of them. The next one is D minor. And again, I'm just picking these because they feel the same, not because they're all related to each other. They're not necessarily. I picked them because they're all the same fingering. They feel the same under your fingers. DFAD is D minor. Okay, it's a minor because of the middle note. If the middle note were raised to an F sharp, it would be major, but we're not doing that. We're doing all white keys here. So D minor, that's why we're picking it. DFAD, okay? So that I'm splitting some of them because we all have to work, and if we don't work, we start to lose what we have. So that's D minor. Again, the 4 ways, I made it 4 now, didn't I? First way is just doing each inversion. Go to the next one, rolling that wrist. Left hand, the same thing. Remember, always do the left hand. Second way is don't prepare, just go for it. Yeah, missed one a little bit. Covered it though. Covered it. See, I'm. You learn to try to cover up things when you play for a while. Left hand, the same thing. All right, so that's that way. The third way is to just go the 2 octaves. And then the fourth way, put them together. All right, we got that. E minor. E, G, B, E. All right, got that. E, G, B. And notice what you're playing when you play it. Notice that you're doing E, G, B, E minor. All right, don't just get on a key and start going. Because that's part of this is realizing what we're doing. Notice that you're on an F major chord, F, A, C, F, okay? So, all the fingerings are the same. G, B, D. E is A minor. What makes a minor again? It's that middle note. If it's in the raised position, it's major. C sharp. If it's in the lowered position, it's minor. It sounds sad, happy, and then sad. Okay? D, minor, minor. We make it happy. Raise it to F sharp. Okay? GBD is major. How would I make that minor? Well, lower the middle note. Got minor. Broken chords. All right? Just kind of did that. It wasn't intending to teach a broken chord. Now, BDF. BDF is different than all the other ones. Listen how it sounds. Let's see. So that doesn't sound major or minor. It sounds kind of, it sounds more minor, but it sounds kind of not at rest. Really kind of unsettling. It's a diminished chord, okay? To get a diminished chord, here's a B major. To make it minor, we lower the middle, right? B minor. To do diminished, we lower the fifth. So that fifth, we get what's scary. That's how diminished chords sound. So BDF, diminished. BDFB. One, but the fingering is the same. No different. 3, 4, 4. So we'll go. Okay? Even though it feels exactly the same, you might have a little trouble because you're not used to BDF. You're used to CEG, but BDF. Make left hand. Hands together. Here I'm accenting the first note of each one. Da 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 da. Helps me keep my place. Da 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 da. Forget it. Okay. Here's our diminished chord. There are broken chords. There's more. Why? Because we have there's C, but we haven't done C minor. That's when we have a little more trouble. We throw those black keys in there. We have the minors, the majors. We have seventh chords, and all the other diminished chords. So anyway, there's quite a lot more to do, but this will get you started, okay? At least with the triad vocabulary, I call it. CEG, DFA, EGB, FAC, GBD, ACE, BDF. Every chord you can ever think of has a basis rooted in those 7 chords, the names of them. We'll flat and sharp some. We'll add notes to others, but that's the foundation, those 7 chords. Okay, so work on that. Work on your scales too. And, guys, please share this video if you like it. And also maybe get a membership to webpianoteacher.com. It is, my livelihood. I don't make anything off of putting these free videos up, but hopefully that'll get some of you to get over to the website and apply some of this. Apply the scales and the broken chords to actual music that you love to play, because that's why we do it. We work on all these cross-training things so that we can go play the stuff we like better and play more of it, okay? That's why we do it. So hope you guys enjoyed that lesson, and I will talk to you later.